Welcome to a brand new season of Industry Leaders. You'll meet people with real passion who through dedication and hard work became our industry leaders. They'll share their inspirational stories of resilience and hope as they advance their chosen industry. On this episode, meet legal eagles who stand up for the rights of Aussies, a home loan group with a sheep mascot, plus global eco and environmental solutions. But first, ThinkSmart Software's Managing Director and Founder Andrew Lee. Industry Leaders, brought to you by Annex Media.
ThinkSmart started in the bedroom of my old house in Rosanna. I used to be friends with a tennis coach, and he told me at the time that there was no software product available for managing a tennis coaching business. And so I decided to go about creating one. I thought there was an opportunity there. I'm the Managing Director and Founder of ThinkSmart Software. My role entails many things, mostly product direction, basically company strategy. I also manage the staff here, and occasionally I like to get my hands dirty with a bit of coding as well. The first product we produced was called Tennis Biz. It was a product for tennis coaching businesses to manage their classes. We then realised that the product could be used in other industries like swimming and dance. So we made SwimBiz and DanceBiz. They also were quite successful. At that time, my friend went his own way and I continued with the business. Then in around 2010, I employed George Bentley. He was basically the sales and support guy, and he was very successful, very good at what he was doing. And I said to George, why don't you take it to the UK and set up an office over there? And he said, great, I'll do that, because he was from the UK originally. He went back there and set up an office, and it's been growing ever since. He's doing a brilliant job over there. Our main tool is a class management software product where our clients can manage their customers, manage their class scheduling, and also do invoicing. We split up the product into different industries. So we have dance biz, we have tennis biz, we have swim biz, gymnastics biz, music biz, and we also have two generic products: sports biz for anything related to a sports-based company, and also class biz related to anything else outside those realms. So currently we have 7 products. The software generally is at its heart a scheduling management tool. So the way our users use it is they set up all of their classes in the schedule. They insert all their parents, all the students of those parents, and they enroll them into the classes. We have a built-in SMS and email tool, so that's used for our customers if they wish to market or send any urgent messages out to their customers. We also have another solution for our larger customers, a point-of-sale solution, so that they can set up a computer on their front desk and take quick payments and pay for classes quickly. It integrates in with a touch screen and a receipt printer. All of the extra add-ons that we have, they all talk to our main product. So all the data that's collected from all of these add-ons, they all come back into our main product. So it's all a big family of products. They all talk to each other. We really want to make the most user-friendly and functional software that we possibly can, because the more easy the software is to use, the more functional it is, the better our customers will be running their business, obviously. Back in the early days, it was very tough. I was the only coder involved, and we were just frantically trying to add more and more features to the product. So there were times when I just did nothing but work and code for weeks and weeks on end. So it was fun, a lot of fun, but it was really tough. But you know, you got to persist with these things if you believe in something and you have confidence in something. So, and I'm glad I did. One of the other challenges for me is working with the UK office. They are literally over the other side of the world, so I normally have to stay up late or work after hours supporting them. biggest milestone, I would say, would be opening the office in England. That was a major achievement, knowing that the software could be used outside of Australia in other countries. But it really did instill a lot of confidence in me that an Australian-made product could be used in another country. We're yet to crack the elusive US market. They do things very differently over there, but we're confident that we can make a dent in that market very soon. As a leader of a software company, it's extremely important to put your customers first, because they are the ones that are using your product, and they really are the most important people and can drive you in the right direction. I'm very proud of the fact that we've got a software product that has come from very humble beginnings and has turned into something so big that is used literally by thousands or tens of thousands of people, of staff in businesses around the world. It really is such a privilege to know that something that's come from me, sat in a bedroom coding away. It's fantastic it's turned into something so big. But it would never have reached the stage that it is without the other people involved as well.
Stay tuned to Industry Leaders for Global Eco and Environmental Solutions from GES owner and Managing Director, Arne Huckman.
I'm the owner and founder of GES Global Eco Solutions. We're located in Camberwell, Victoria, and we've been around since 2005. My role is to oversee the operations. I'm involved across all our activities, from product development, sales, marketing, through to our internet presence. I started GES back in 2005. Originally, I set out as an international business development consultant, but I got sidetracked with a Danish company that were looking for distribution in Australia. I was helping them find a suitable distribution network and couldn't find one, so I ended up doing it myself. Things have changed dramatically since 2005. I started out working from home, and over the years, back in 2008, we set up our first showroom in Surrey Hills, and about 4 years ago we moved into our new showroom down in Camberwell. So we've gone from a one-man band to about 7 people now. Our flagship product is the SolarWiz unit. It has traditionally been the domestic units, but in 2014 we introduced a commercial SolarWiz unit with a capacity up to 10,000 cubic meters per hour, and that is well and truly on its way to become our most important product. The main purpose of the SolarWiz is to remove hot air from the roof space. An average roof space temperature in Australia in summer will be somewhere between 60 and 70 degrees. When the roof heats up to those kind of temperatures, the heat will penetrate the ceiling and move into the house, regardless of whether you have insulation or not. The insulation will slow down the process, but it will not stop it. When the SolarWiz reduces the temperature from the roof by removing hot air, it slows down the heat penetration and therefore creates a comfortable and sustainable indoor environment. The Solar Air module is a solar-powered ventilation and heat contribution system. We mount solar air collectors on the roof. We have a solar panel that powers a fan that draws fresh air from the outside through the collector to heat the air, and thereafter pushes that fresh, warm and dry air into the house for heat contribution, but importantly also to improve the indoor air quality of the house. Solar light with is an alternative to a traditional skylight. The advantage of our solar skylight alternative is that it is very easy to install, has been designed to allow us to set up multiple lights with only one solar panel, and it makes the installation very fast and easy, and it's also very flexible. I have always been a bit of a greenie. Back in my university days, I wrote my thesis on the Danish windmill industry's opportunities in Brazil. Since then, I've always been passionate about alternative energy usage, and reducing my impact on the world. The first milestone for GES was to move into our first showroom, and the next big milestone was probably when we moved to our current showroom in Camberwell. Another important milestone was when we, for the first time, got 5,000 visitors to the SolarWiz website, and the following year we achieved 10,000 visitors in 1 month. The biggest challenge was to convince the Australian market, the Australian consumer, that there was a need for solar ventilation in Australia. Especially the first couple of years, it was not an easy ride. I was probably quite concerned when I made the step and established the showroom, but no, I had good people supporting me. Being a leader in the solar ventilation and solar lighting industry is about changing the mindset of the consumer, introducing new environmentally friendly technology. I'm most proud of having brought solar ventilation to Australia, being on track to making solar ventilation a mainstream product, and having helped thousands of people turning hot boxes into comfortable homes.
Still to come on Industry Leaders, RAMS award-winning franchise principal and experienced home loan specialist Ken Wilson.
RAMS operates as a franchise model based on small business operators looking after a certain geographic location. At RAMS we're known as a home loan specialist, but very personalised in our geographic locations. So we look after 8 to 10 postcodes, and we do a lot of local area marketing in those areas, especially focusing on our major products, which are first home buyers and self-employed borrowers. We've in fact been named Australia's best self-employed lender for the 2nd year running. My role at RAMS is principal at RAMS Sydney South East. RAMS have over 80 franchisees Australia-wide, and we're represented in every state. I got involved in RAMS over 10 years ago, just after the GFC, which at the time wasn't much fun to go through if you're in this financial services business. I wanted to make sure they had some strong backing. So Westpac actually bought RAMS in 2008, and I was the first franchisee under the Westpac model. The unique thing about RAMS is that we're small business operators, but to become a RAMS franchisee, you need to have a lot of practical experience, a lot of experienced operators there. We're not a franchise where people can come in without having any experience at all in that field. So it's quite a rigorous process to get people to become a franchisee. So in other words, the experience that we can provide customers is based on practical, we've done it as well. We have a very personalised service, and that personalised service might extend to seeing people on weekends at their home, at their business, at a cafe after hours, wherever. I mean, we're there, we're very flexible. At all times we want to make sure that we're doing a face-to-face interview. That is the most important thing in our business, and it's a thing that separates us from a lot of other lenders. RAMS is great at assisting first home buyers. A lot of first home buyers don't know a lot about the whole process, which is fair enough, they haven't done it before, so we're there to hold their hand. So with first home buyers, education's the key, just to educate them on what they need to be aware of. In other words, have they got a conveyancer? Do they need a pest and building inspection report? Those sorts of things that they may not have even thought of before. The finance industry is always changing, and it's particularly in the last 2 years, and a lot of the people can read the papers and see that there are things happening. But during that 30 years, I've evolved myself from different roles, working up the line, changing roles, jumping ship occasionally, but always staying within the finance industry, and to the point where I become a mortgage insurer, became a mortgage broker, then I went to mortgage management, and now I'm a RAMS franchisee. So just my little microcosm can show that if you stay in the industry long enough, your experience is built on different roles, and that experience over 30 years helps you to provide the customer with a better experience. We're self-employed people, you know, we'll go the extra mile to make sure that we help the client as best we can, and we don't like to let people down, so that comes with a bit of pressure. There was one example where I had a client who had been let down by one of the major banks on a number of occasions and didn't show up for interviews, let alone get loan approvals. And I promised that I'd be there on a certain time on a certain day. But unfortunately I broke my leg that morning. So got myself to hospital, got stitched up, got the crutches, got my wife to pick me up, dropped me at the appointment at 10:30. Had a good laugh, but, and he's been a client for years. It's not just personalised service in getting the loan done, but it's personalised service in managing the loan along the way. And if that means financial hardship, they know who to ring. Leadership in our industry, to me, revolves around mentoring. I think it's important that people coming in get mentored by the right people who have the right experience, so that they can learn the ropes properly. In terms of the industry in general, it's pushing towards higher and higher education standards, and I think the education standards, as they increases the quality of the participants, the home loan managers and the support staff, and the industry gets a better name along the way. So I think education is the key to the whole process. This industry is so rewarding because you get to change people's lives, you get to help people make probably the biggest financial decision of their lives, and from that flows a lot of decisions they can make regarding their future, and we help people realise their dreams. When people see or hear the brand RAMS, they probably think help. They need some help with getting a home loan. And that's what we do. And when it comes to business, there's an old adage where you go an inch wide and a mile deep. And when it comes to home loans, nobody does it better.
Ahead on Industry Leaders, Shine lawyers Simon Morrison and Kath Evans, who aren't afraid to take risks, make their clients' lives better, take on the impossible, and achieve outstanding results. They can help you get back in control.
Shine started life, like most law firms, a small country practice. And we were a jack of all trades and a master of none. We practiced in everything, from conveyancing to fence disputes, to family law, to criminal law. And so, like most firms, we were content to poke along until we made one key decision, and that was we merged with another firm to suddenly become a big fish in a small pond. So before we knew it, we had 50 people, which was the largest law firm in Toowoomba where we grew up, and suddenly we became specialists. We were practicing in one area and one area only.
My story began when I trained as a state registered nurse and worked in many healthcare settings in Victoria. And then after that I trained as a lawyer and ran a very busy litigation practice for many years. People are hugely important to us. We are, of course, a people business. And we want to make sure that we are putting ourselves in a really strong position to attract great talent into the company and also retain people for the duration of their careers. Every case is different. There are, of course, some similarities in terms of a process, but the issues that are impacting each person are often quite unique and require a very personalised approach to delivering the service.
Our immediate priority as lawyers is to get the right result for our client. However, our social justice bent as individuals is to ensure that we can effect change right across the community so that not only our client can be protected, but all those who are exposed to these ills can be protected. So that's a really important thing for our people.
We actually don't want a client to be with us for a long period of time. That's a bad outcome. A client needs to have their matter dealt with efficiently so that they can move forward in their lives without having lawyers in their life day to day. We've been developing our class actions practice over the last several years. They're certainly taking on much more complex and bigger pieces of litigation. We have a large litigation team that supports the work for our clients.
Tiddalack is the name of our learning centre at Shine. It is our spiritual home. About 10 years ago, we purpose-built Tiddalack on a 40-acre rural property just outside Toowoomba. And our vision was twofold for Tiddalack. Firstly, we wanted to teach leadership across all of the people at Shine. Secondly, we wanted to teach differently the art of litigation. And so rather than traditional methods, we used a real live case at Shine.
It's really meaningful for our people to come here and it's time where we use this time and this space to learn more so that we can do a better job for our clients, so that we can learn about ourselves.
We have situations where those we represent physically and emotionally at the lowest depth they'll ever be. So to be able to assist them is an honour and a privilege. And for us to be able to convene at Tiddalack gives us some space to reignite, review cases that we're involved in and work together collectively as a team to come up with solutions.
The transition of moving from a private company to a public company is certainly a very significant step in a company's history. For Shine, it's enabled us to access debt and capital to execute on our growth strategy, which has been through a combination of both organic and acquired growth.
Leadership for me is the courage to make the tough decisions, to steer the team in the right direction, and to steer that team leading by your own experience and your own behaviours.
The personal legal services market in Australia is a $6.7 billion market, which is highly fragmented and dominated by a lot of small businesses. We see this as a great opportunity for us with our size and scale to really look at expanding our existing services, but also to enter into some new markets where we previously haven't had a presence.
There were 10 people at Shine when I joined the firm, and I wondered what life would be like if there were 50 people in an organisation. I couldn't get my head around the notion that you could have 50 people in a business. Fast forward 30 years, we've got 800 people in the business operating across 4 states and now 2 countries, and it just leaves a smile on your face. It's gratifying to see what started out as quite a small journey turn into something quite large and quite exciting.
What is hugely important to me is that not only is the business very sound in its capability now, but we are really future-proofing it for the years ahead. And in that sense, we need to have a diversified business so that we can take on the challenges that are coming to our sector generally, but also we want to have a very capable set of both lawyers and legal managers who can really steer this business into its future state.